What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Grove. Happy Saturday. It is a beautiful Saturday morning here. I have Sean sitting next to me. He will be giving his input as well. Now, we're going to try and keep this fairly short. Once again, just Bitcoin and Chainlink. Now, if you guys want us to start adding ETH, at least if you want me to start adding ETH into the mix, let me know in the comments below, and I will, I'll try and get a good little mini Ethereum analysis in there. Okay, so let's get into the charts right now. So we closed a 2-day today, Sean. So we did close a 2-day candle, and what do you know? Just look at price relative to that Ichimoku cloud.
Wow.
Right? We actually got rejected right off of it. And this candle is a bearish candle. What are your thoughts on this candle?
Yeah, it's a indecision candle. I wouldn't say the entire picture is bearish though, just because of that. We're putting in high highs, high lows, as long as we're holding, I think that's 6,400, that low over there, Kusha, between the tank and the Kijun.
Oh, right here.
Yeah.
Okay, yes, that's 6,460.
And was the candle above that 6,800? So as long as you're holding that region, Bitcoin has way too much room to play with. So yeah, we could come down though, you're right.
I think if we take out this wick over here, this is at 8,391, but this is a 2-day chart. So I will be looking for, price to actually come and wick below this 8,400 region in order to see follow through to the downside. But look at this, Sean. The Ichimoku cloud turned green.
Yes,
on the 2-day. So we have a green cloud, and what do you think of this overhead resistance, cloud resistance? It's thin. It's thinning out there.
Yeah, it is. So if we have a green cloud, start trending above the cloud, Tenki and Kijun coming in close to, it's going to be really healthy overall. But again, right, that's why I tell people, no need to rush into anything. Let the trend actually start developing and showing itself across all indicators. And you're going to get your opportunity. You're going to get in your test of your high or low, test of your major levels. And if you don't, let it run. Don't chase after it though, right?
Yeah. I think that's the most prudent thing to do, because at that point you're kind of playing with the probability. What is the probability of your trade actually moving in the direction that you want it to move in?
Yeah.
Right? So when you don't chase, you have a better chance of getting a better trade in. Now, also I'm going to turn on, now these are my weekly horizontals. Okay, now I got these horizontals based on all the weekly price action, and I've just plotted this pretty much on the 2-day time frame. And it's like what we said yesterday, in that I feel like traders that are playing those high time frame levels on the lower time frames are being rewarded.
So basically, traders who are making their decision on the lower time frame while looking at the high time frame levels.
Correct.
Yeah, so that's where I got punished. Well, I wouldn't say punished, but rather I was being patient for the high time frames to resolve themselves, but price moved really fast away from me, right?
Yeah. And notice this weekly region right here, right? Notice how it's in line with the top of the Ichimoku cloud here. Right, so it's going to be the next couple of days is going to be very interesting, because also note that we have come into the weekend. So we have just stepped into the weekend, so we may see that weekend, crazy price action. But what are your thoughts? I feel like price usually after the weekend kind of reverts to the price of Bitcoin on the CME chart.
Yeah, it does tend to do that. Weekends tend to have pretty much no real impact on price over the long term, at the very least, right? Every now and then you're going to see some major moves happen on the weekend, and then you're going to have a gap, and everybody's going to be like gap for the next few weeks. Everybody's going to watch that gap, and it's kind of annoying, but I try not to make any big decisions on the weekend, but I don't ignore it either.
Yeah. But either way, I believe the analysis from yesterday, if you haven't caught that one, I'm going to link it above. The analysis from yesterday still counts. The weekly, I'll be looking for where the weekly closes relative to 8,775. If we close over, I will be anticipating a move further up to that next weekly range, sitting at 9,400. However, if we close below 8,700 50, I will be looking for further continuation to the downside. Now, let's actually get on to those lower time frames to see what price could be doing in the more, immediate future. So here we are on that 4-hour time frame. Now, I know quite a few people are looking at this potential symmetrical triangle. I quite frankly am struggling to draw this, so I'm not entirely sure if it is a symmetrical triangle. So far, I mean, it seems to be following the trend line. What are your thoughts on this, Sean?
Well, it's just consolidating. You don't need to really put a name to it. You don't need to add a label to it, to be honest. We're going to a contraction zone, and we are either going to break up or break down. It's either or. Yeah. There's something fun going on over here, though, if you want to play around. Can I have the mouse for a sec?
Yeah.
So here, you can draw. Okay, so this is what I want to do. Actually, let's hide the Ichimoku for a bit. Sorry, I'm just reaching out to... Okay, so you guys know I talk about this often, right? Where you break out of the wedge, right? And we have how many touches? I can't see. So we have 1, 2, 3 touches on the top, another touch over here, and then we broke out, right? And then we have enough touches in the bottom as well. That's good. Okay, so we have this rising wedge, broke to the upside. If we break whatever is going on over here to the downside, right, this consolidation, this could either be continuation to the upside where we go and test your weekly levels, or we break down into your weekly level support and break back into the wedge over here, right? Now if you turn on the Ichimoku, you're going to see that this lines up perfectly with your 21 EMA, your Tenkin, and your Kijun. So what is this? Your C-span trade, right? Break underneath the Tenkin and the 21 EMA. What's the play? Well, you take your profits or look for a move down to the Kijun at around 8,153. That lines up perfectly with our wedge over here. And if we break down there after that as well, that takes us to our next level, your weekly level, right over here in this green zone, right? And we could have a measured move for this, to be honest. If you want to go... There you go.
That's perfect.
It does line up, right?
Lines up.
It all does line up really well, actually. And I didn't have these levels on my chart, so... This is interesting. I do want to point out that the range between this Tenkin and this Kijun over here, that's, what is that? I can't see, 8,600 to 8,160. It's $500 range. That's a good trade.
Yeah, that's a nice chunky range in percent. That's about 5% to the downside. So yeah, that'll be interesting. It'll be interesting to watch this play out. And quite often, like, we notice that when it comes to these rising sort of wedges, it usually breaks up. Not usually, I can't say usually, but there are a lot of times where you'll see it break up. Okay, it'll give you something like this, and then break back into the wedge, only to break back down. So it's quite interesting to watch these play out. And the thing is that you can never anticipate it, because sometimes it would have further continuation to the upside, but sometimes you'll actually see that break back into the pattern and then continuation to the downside. Now, as in, quite honestly, for the 4-hour time frame, if we are looking to see, to find out where Bitcoin wants to go, I'll actually be looking at how price reacts to that 10 simple moving average. And notice how it's in line with our major horizontal right here at around that 8,770 region. So if we keep holding that as support, I will be looking for further continuation to the upside, but that's the least I'd be expecting Bitcoin to hold if we are looking for further upward continuation. Right? Any thoughts on that, Sean?
I don't think the 10 simple is important, to be honest. I think it's the Tenkin and the 21 EMA.
Okay, yeah, as in...
I mean, it's not important at all, but I don't know. I think we've lost it once already, and now we're chopping around it.
Yeah.
I've been in this situation where we kind of want to base a level out of it. Keep in mind that the 10 simple moving average is lining the top of your weekly level. We are closing the week. So watching the 4-hour 10 simple is not as important as watching the week close above that level. Right?
Yeah, no, most definitely. I'm just looking at price action, the more immediate sort of, future in the most immediate hours.
Okay, so the way I'd look at this is like, okay, we're closing a week. The 10 simple is lining the top of the weekly range weekly zone that you want.
Yes.
I don't want to get chopped up over here and make a decision too early because we've lost the 10 simple over there, right? Because why? The weekly weekly bulls or the weekly bears are going to come in towards the week to defend that level. And where, if you do want to front run that, I'll be making a decision of the 4R21 and the 10kin instead, right? So we could very well lose that level now, especially when we're coming so close to a critical close, right, on the weekly. But we could get defended on the 10kin and the 21. In fact, we could get defended on the Kijun before the week ends, but I don't think so. I think if we lose that 21 EMA and 10kin, we're likely making our way down to the Kijun, and then we're going to close the week somewhere around there.
Okay, yeah. And also notice in the more sort of, if you have to really kind of look at even the picture on the 4-hour time frame, this is bearish, okay? This price structure right now, I would say it's leaning more towards the bearish, not only because, well, it's been choppy around that 10 SMA, right? We've been breaking in and out of it, as well as we've been breaking in and out of this major zone here. We're also kind of putting in these lower highs, right? And this one barely was able to make it to the top of this trend line, if you even want to look at it as a trend line. I think Sean is right in that I think the crucial level that we're looking for, Bitcoin, to figure out whether Bitcoin's going to hold it or not, is this 21 10kin region right here, right? In line with the diagonal that marks this rising wedge. Okay, so that's that on Bitcoin, 4-hour Bitcoin. Is there anything else that you spotted on the lower time frames that you want to talk about?
Well, you spotted the 12-hour Kumo twist, so you could take a look at that again yesterday.
Yes, there's a 12-hour Kumo twist.
Lines up with the wedge breaking down, to be honest.
Yeah, that's true. That's true, guys. So this actually has a really, really good probability of playing out. Now, don't ask us when, okay? We don't do time analysis here. We just play off of, support resistance and look at the overall structure. So when people ask us when, there's no answer to that. Like, it can do it whenever the hell it wants. But so this is what's going on the 12-hour, as in, it's still holding this level region right now. Okay, if we want to see that further continuation to the downside, we're going to look at how the weekly closes relative to this level. We close below. I'm expecting continuation to the 7,700 region, which is at around this region right here. Now, of course, things can change as time goes on, but I think there's a lot in this level that kind of lines up. Now, this is on the 12-hour. Now, Sean, I also noticed divergence on the 4-hour.
Oh.
Bullish divergence, actually. Maybe we can go now. I noticed that Bitcoin made a slight move since then, but I believe it was here, but it may have actually played out. So what I'm looking for is from this point down to this point.
No,
and
it hasn't played out yet.
From here.
Hasn't triggered yet either.
To here. That's the bullish divergence I'm playing out. So basically, we have these higher lows in price, and we have lower lows on the RSI. Now, even this could be a double bullish divergence, even on the Stokes, if price actually moves up when we get a cross down here, right? So this could also be a double divergence on the Stokes as well as the RSI. So that's something to watch out for. And yeah, as in, I don't play divergences as much. I think you'll be able to have more of an input on this.
Well, the new module is coming out soon. There's almost 3 hours just on understanding how to safely use oscillators and divergences and the entire overbought, oversold, quote and unquote conditions. So that will probably shed a lot of light for you guys when that does come out.
Yeah. Okay, so I mean, that's all we have for Bitcoin. Now let's move on to Link. Let's start off with Link USD. Now before we kind of, this is such a messy chart. Allow me to just clear it up. Get rid of this. I'm gonna get rid of this too. All of this nonsense, and boom. Okay, I mean, this is not looking too good right now. I also want to check the Mango dashboard to see what is the call on Link on that? So Link USDT has flipped neutral, actually.
What I tell you.
Okay.
It's chopping. I told you guys. I've been telling you the trades on Link BTC.
Okay.
And 5 hours ago, eh? So see, I'm front running the dashboard, guys.
So
not front running. I'm foreshadowing. Sorry, foreshadowing.
So Sean is the oracle here.
Yeah.
But okay, Link USDT has flipped neutral 5 hours ago, so that's something to note. And Link BTC is still short. Link BTC is still short, so that's something to note. Now, is there anything else that we want to look at? No. So let's get back onto Link USD. By the way, I know I received a lot of messages from many of you guys yesterday. The dashboard is live, okay? There, I will include a link above as well as in the description below. That way you have easy access to it. There is a free version as well as a paid version. You just get more pairs in the paid version than you do in the free version, but you can go ahead and check it out, okay? I'll include a link above as well as in the description below. Cool. Now, Link USD on the 4-hour time frame. Yeah, this looks choppy. This looks choppy. And what do you know? Lost the 10, 21, and yeah, I mean, it's not trending. Link is just not trending right now.
Well, I wouldn't say it's not trending, but there's just no trade to
be had.
If you want to play Link, it's on the Bitcoin pairing. It's easier.
Yeah.
Like Link will start trending, but once you can put in your capital, once we break out of this area and we actually do have a decision being made. There's no decision being made, so why do you want to wait with your capital doing nothing? Unless you are holding Link. I'm not saying, oh, sell your Link, guys. All you hodlers, sell your Link because Link's doing nothing. When you're a hodler, you're looking like years down the road, right? So this message isn't for you guys. It's for people who are looking to get in and get out and collect Bitcoin or collect USD, depending on their goals. If you're looking to collect Link, none of this applies to you.
Yeah. Okay. But yeah, I think this is it's choppy right now. So let's get on to Link BTC to see what Link BTC is doing. Because as in Bitcoin has also been hovering, and what do you know, we actually made our way up to the 4-hour, got rejected.
Look at how beautiful the trades have been on this edge to edge, beautiful edge to edge trade. You get to add to your position on every test of the 10kin and the 21 EMA. If you switch on to the daily, you have a clear trade there too. I like these kind of trades, guys. Easy trades that I can just look at very, very quickly and be like, okay, there's not much to think about. As soon as you start struggling to make your trade work, just walk away from the computer and find another shot. There's no reason to pick a hard problem. You have picked a profession where you get to choose to make your life easy or hard. Okay, but for some reason, traders choose to make their life difficult. Just walk away. That's the biggest advantage of this profession over here, because there's a lot against you anyways. Don't put more odds against yourself. If it's hard, just walk away. Period. If you're struggling, walk away.
That's good advice, guys. That's good advice. Listen to that one, because when I first started, oftentimes I found that I was trying so desperately to make a trade work when there was no trade to be had. Right? Especially when you have so many options to pick from, like in the crypto space, and it's so easy to just kind of go from one to another, right? It's all within one exchange for the most part. But no, coming back to Link, I mean, this was a beautiful, beautiful trade. Sean is absolutely right. We had a beautiful edge to edge on the cloud, and every test of that 21 tenkin, and notice how every time it was lining up.
Yeah.
Every time it kind of converged, price kind of got, drawn into it. We had a beautiful retest and then rejection, further continuation to the downside, right? So, and notice how, so the cloud has turned red on that 4-hour time frame. Let's actually pan on over to, well, the higher time frames. This is the daily. Okay.
Kumo twist.
We have a Kumo twist, and this is what I mean, guys. This is what I mean. Every time there's that Kumo twist, you usually see price, get dragged in. It gets sucked in. So that's what we have playing out on that Bitcoin 12-hour time frame. So just FYI on that. But no, as in, we actually did close over a level here. How have we done in the past on this level at around 427 sats? So here we lost it. We had a retest, further continuation to the downside. However, here we were choppy. So it's all right. And also notice here we broke up and then we had further continuation to the upside. Right, so I'll be watching out for how Link BTC closes relative to this level right here. Okay, this is at 426 sats, very, very close to the Kumo twist on that cloud. But I mean, right now, it's still in bearish territory, even on the daily time frame. Anything to add to Link BTC, Sean?
No, just all you.
So no, this is still bearish. We've lost a major level here. If we do hold this as resistance, even on the next daily close, I will be looking for further continuation to the downside. Okay, now this is, that's all I have for you for Link BTC. This is still very much in downtrend, my friends. It is still very much in a downtrend. Yep. Like, this is not good. Even losing the cloud on the 4-hour, we had a retest, rejection. If we take out this wick over here at around 4125 on the more immediate time frames, this will have further continuation to the downside. Okay, that will be bearish. That'll be a bearish takeout of this wick, and I'll be expecting possibly 395 sats. Okay, so yeah, I mean, this is all we have for you for Bitcoin as well as Chainlink. And with that, guys, trade safely, trade stress-free, trade the mango way, trade the easy way, guys. Ciao.
Bye.